Indonesia is a country of extraordinary diversity and extremes, home to the world's richest coral reefs, untouched tropical rainforests, and the fourth highest human population in the world. The principal island of Java is the most densely inhabited major island on the planet. The lure of urban prosperity continues to attract migrants from small villages scattered around the 17,500 islands of the archipelago. Many will not succeed. Desperate conditions within urban centres are made worse, and remote islands are deprived of valuable human resources and expertise. Part of the Wakatobi Marine National Park, Kaledupa is one such island. It is comprised of two distinct communities, the land-dwelling Kaledupans and the once transient Bajo, sea gypsies whose settlements are elevated on stilts above the water. It is relatively undeveloped, and natural resources are plentiful among its 14,000 residents. According to local census statistics, the population here is steadily decreasing, as young people leave the island to find work or to study in mainland cities. Islanders are anxious that the local culture, language and traditional crafts like textiles weaving and boat building may also disappear. With employment in Kaledupa limited to poorly paid civil service positions in local schools, government and law enforcement, there is little to entice qualified Kaledupans back home. Island life revolves around the market in the central town of Ambewa. Most islanders are subsistence fishermen or operate small-scale plantations of bananas, coconuts and cassava. The produce is harvested and sold at the market. To many young people, this traditional, labour-intensive way of life offers little in comparison to the modern city lifestyle. This is a hand-to-mouth existence that precludes the level of sustained investment required for meaningful development of any kind. There simply isn't the time, much less the resources, with which to address issues that affect the entire island. A logical answer would be to promote the benefits of sustainable development where there should be time and resources in the classroom. As with most Indonesian schools in rural areas, however, geographic and cultural isolation, inadequate resources, teacher shortages, and a transitory national curriculum conspire to create a far from critical learning environment.
The curricula are made in Jakarta for the people in Kaledupa that are far away from the real world. And I think it's not effective.
If local people are to benefit from the sustainable development of their natural resources rather than opportunistic outsiders, they face a considerable challenge in making responsible choices as participants in Kaledupa's future. In 2001, two British students, Sarah Karaviotis and Karen Cupid, were to discover for themselves the material deficiencies of the island.
I was helping out a chap called Professor James Crabb of Reading University undertake some research into coral growth rates. Quite apart from our studies, Karen and I befriended a local family and quite quickly became involved with the community on Kaledupa.
Saya punya adik dan dia memberitahu saya bahwa di sini ada turis namanya Sarah katanya dia mengajar bahasa Inggris, mengadakan kursus dan gratis buat anak-anak di Kaledupa.
It quickly became apparent that there was an acute shortage of books or any kind of printed materials on the island.
Anak-anak sekolah di Kaledupa ini belum tumbuh atau belum berkembangnya minat baca bagi anak-anak. Lagi pula penyediaan buku-buku literatur bagi anak-anak sekolah terutama yang di SMA dan SMP masih sangat kurang.
What was proposed was the creation of the island's first public access library. A concerted effort turned an abandoned hospital building, loaned to the group by the local government, into a habitable, safe, open access centre. It was clear that an organisation would be required to administer the new library facility, implement after-school classes, and act as a visible centre from which the project's broader push towards community empowerment could be directed. As a result, Kopepe was born.
Kopepeantara itu sebenarnya bahasa asli Kaledupa yang artinya kami minta diantar. Dan dari kata inilah kemudian lahir nama Komite Pengembangan Pendidikan Anak Nusantara.
The committee, officially recognized in May 2003, brought together representatives from local schools, government, and the general community. Its primary aim was to develop the human resources of Kaledupa through informal education.
Perpustakaan itu sangat penting sekali bagi masyarakat lokal, terutama bagi anak-anak yang sudah keluar atau sudah drop out atau sengaja berhenti karena tidak punya uang.
Saya sangat berharap Kopepeantara di masa yang akan datang bisa menjadi organisasi masyarakat yang besar yang bekerja untuk pendidikan utamanya anak-anak, karena pendidikan anak-anak di Kaledupa masih minim sekali. Karena kita bisa lihat mereka mungkin ada 50% dari anak-anak di Kaledupa tidak mengikuti pendidikan formal di sekarang. Karena mereka masih banyak dibatasi oleh biaya, kemudian waktu, kemudian jarak.
The library soon began to attract attention from other villages in the area.
Nah, kita di Bajo, ya, kita sangat keterbelakangan sekali masalah pendidikan. Ya khususnya adik-adik saya yang baru adik-adik ini, generasi saya ini, itu mereka betul-betul butuh pendidikan. Cuma mereka tidak tahu mau belajar di mana. Ya, mau belajar di mana mereka. Dan saya tertarik dengan adanya perpustakaan, ya, perpustakaan yang dibuat oleh Sarah di Kaledupa, khususnya juga kami di Bajo Sampela.
With financial resources virtually non-existent, the survival of the project would depend on practical, voluntary support.
Ya, saya datang membantu setiap hari sebab saya tahu bahwa perpustakaan satu hari nanti akan lebih maju.
Tugas saya mulai dari jam 2 melayani para anggota perpustakaan untuk meminjam dan mengembalikan buku, dan pada jam 5 tepat perpustakaan ditutup.
Saya punya anak dua-duanya itu, Naldin sama Said, tiap sering ke perpustakaan dia pinjam mainan, baru dia pulang ke rumah itu dia baca-baca bukunya itu. Saya paling suka betul karena adanya perpustakaan di Kaledupa, karena saya punya anak ada semua kegiatan betul.
While I've been out here, I helped make the outdoor classroom for the Kopepe Centre. That involved making chairs and a bamboo wall, kind of a screen from the sun. I've done a lot of painting. I've helped wire up the house to a generator so that the office within the house has electricity all day long, which has meant that I could start on the web page to help promote Kopepe.
We spent about 2 weeks creating a full manual system. So it's putting envelopes inside books, it's stamping all the books, it's cutting out little bits of card, it's making envelopes for membership cards, all sorts of stuff like that. It's a lot of hard work, but it works very well.
The library was almost overwhelmingly popular. As of summer 2004, it has around 500 registered members and over 600 volumes, donated by local and overseas supporters. The books, which include traditional Indonesian stories and comics, as well as more formal reference guides, school texts, and English language books, are all checked for suitability before being placed on the shelves.
I think initially children started coming to the library because it's a novel idea. They've not seen anything like it before. A few people were quite nervous because they didn't know exactly what to expect. But word spread like wildfire. Children are actually walking miles to get there from quite remote villages. And I think they come because it's a safe place to be.
It continues to be one of Kopepe's primary aims that the library, and the organisation as a whole, offer children sanctuary from often unforgiving domestic and social realities.
They've really started to make the place their own. It's nice to see, especially in the kids that have been perhaps shy or withdrawn in the past.
We've tried hard to encourage a sense of respect for each other, and I think that that's helped to give some of the kids confidence to join in and to actually try new things.
Also encouraging, especially in today's global political climate, is the apparent ease with which different cultures and religions can coexist.
Sebenarnya tidak ada masalah karena kakak-kakak dari luar negeri sangat mengerti dengan kegiatan orang Muslim di sini.
Di mana-mana di dunia kita bebas memilih apa saja, yang penting kita saling memberikan toleransi atau kepercayaan masing-masing, dan kita tidak bisa saling mengeresi satu sama yang lain.
Ada beberapa hal yang kita sukai dari orang Barat. Yang pertama itu disiplin, ya, disiplin menghargai waktu, kemudian punya etika, punya moral, itu bagus. Ya, orang Barat suka membaca, baring-baring pun membaca. Itu yang kita sangat syukuri. Dan sekarang alhamdulillah kita juga sudah mengembangkan.
I've been living with a family whilst I've been here in Kaledupa. Bapak and Mama Risky have been absolutely wonderful, and their children also have been extremely welcoming, and it's made a complete difference whilst I've been here in Kaledupa to fully experience everything that's been Indonesian. They've made me feel so welcome.
The people in Kaledupa have been extremely hospitable towards us, very easy to get along with their families, even though the communication is sometimes a little tricky. I spend a lot of time talking to the father of the family, especially in the evenings, and we have small one-on-one lessons. He teaches me Indonesian and I teach him a little bit of English, which is great fun.
After-school classes are given in a small outdoor enclosure next to the library building. At the request of the community, the teaching program includes an English language course, open to local people of all ages. Emphases are firmly placed on active participation and learning through play.
I'd say about 75% of our time is spent on verbal exercises like question and answer sessions, things like that. What we do write down is written down phonetically so that the children can practice when they get home.
You put your whole self in, your whole self out, in,
I've had great fun with the kids doing head, shoulders, knees and toes, both in Indonesian and in English, and hokey cokey and all sorts, and they've really, really enjoyed it, and so have I.
The children also enjoy taking part in team game sessions, especially if it means the girls can prove themselves superior to the boys.
These facilities really are wanted and being used by the community.
Classes in healthy living incorporate environmental education as well as personal health, and are a paradigm of Kopepe's mission to promote sustainable development. Classroom learning objectives are reinforced with field trips to the neighbouring island of Hoga, where the children are able to observe firsthand the natural coral reef habitat on which they so heavily depend.
We've taken trips of 8 children at a time. Our boat is relatively small, and we've had clear plastic embers, and they've been able to break the surface of the water and to see the coral and to see the fish and to see the diversity of animals that are down there, and they've all been absolutely astounded.
I have quite a practical role in the field trips. I actually get in the water and snorkel, finding little items for them to look at, i.e. mushroom, coral, sea cucumbers, that we sort of show them for a few minutes and then place it back in its little home.
Itu sangat penting sekali untuk kita jaga lingkungan, di mana lingkungan seperti kehidupan masyarakat Bajo, dia terfokus ekosistemnya adalah di laut, ya, untuk mencari makan di laut. Nah, yang hanya kita jaga ini perusakan karang. Mungkin dengan adanya kita usaha cara membuat suatu gerakan di sana, kegiatan apa yang bisa menampung anak-anak ini, supaya kita ajak generasi bahwa jangan kita merusak karang, jangan kita merusak ikan, jangan kita merusak supaya kita bisa ada aset-aset yang bisa mungkin mengganti daripada pekerjaan yang bisa merugikan itu. Ya. Terima kasih.
Ada kita bikin dua tim, laki-laki semuanya di sebelah ini.
The classes at the library are always well attended, they're always very busy. But unfortunately, while the courses are being taught and funded by me and Karen, they can only run while we're here in Kaledupa. With a bit more time and money, we could get out to the other villages and we could build a bit more continuity into the programmes.
Conditions at the library are also less than ideal. Rooms are cramped, access is awkward, and there is the strong possibility of water damage during the wet season.
Sekarang masih menggunakan uang perorangan ya. Untuk mungkin ke depan itu mungkin kita harapkan kita ada mungkin dari pemerintah sendiri akan diharapkan bisa memberikan bantuan bagi Kopepeantara mungkin dari segi dana ataupun segi material lainnya yang bisa membantu pengembangan Kopepeantara untuk ke depannya, karena itu sangat penting sekali untuk kelangsungan program yang sekarang telah ditetapkan.
Misalnya setiap bulan sumber dananya dari mana dan berapa, tentu kita akan program termasuk pengembangannya itu. Tidak hanya kita berbicara berapa upah karyawan, tetapi termasuk pengembangannya. Hari ini kita masih katakan masih kita pakai gedung pemerintah, tetapi kita ke depan itu harus dia mandiri.
This is a big struggle because obviously we're spending half of our year out in the field in Kaledupa doing essentially voluntary work. So we only have 6 months of the year to make a wage of any kind.
It's clear to all those involved in the organisation that Kopepe's long-term viability will depend largely on attracting national and international funding, in addition to maintaining local support.
Buat kami yang uang atau gaji itu belum terlalu penting. Sekarang yang penting bagaimana perpustakaan, kemudian anak-anak bisa belajar yang bagus, kemudian bisa memanfaatkan perpustakaan yang bagus dengan baik, kemudian perpustakaan tetap berjalan dengan tetap dibuka setiap hari, setiap tahun, setiap bulan dalam setahun ya.
With a few resources, good local knowledge and support, Kopepe has shown that facilities and programs can be provided that begin to tackle problems of urban poverty at source in the villages.